Jalen Slade in those bright yellow spikes way out wide. Let's see who gets it. Oh, he's down. Jalen Slade goes down. Middle of the pack, Jeff Debs and Marvin Bracy Williams going at it.
Competing on the Olympic stage, man, was huge for me because I was supposed to try out in 2012. Now, after going through, the Olympic trials and the Olympics in itself, 2012 would have been a lot harder than I expected. But it sounded good. I was 18. I was fresh out of high school. Like it would have been crazy. To go from the career that I had and to compete in the 2012 Olympics. But 16, man, was everything I could ever hope for and more. I went and I gave my all. I didn't get the results that I wanted, but just the overall experience. I don't think there's many things in the world that can top it. Well, the thing is, it's not the Olympics that I'm worried about. It's the trials that you have to really be prepared for. Because, just in an Olympic year, man, it just brings it out of, everybody, every competitor. Everybody's, training hard, got a different mentality going into this year. Everybody's putting out great performances. So, our Olympic trials is pretty much the Olympics, So, we usually have 10, 15 of the top 30, 40 guys, in the world. So, these are the guys you got to compete to make the team, and you can only take 3. So it's really hard, but it's nothing that I haven't done before. So going into the Olympic trials, like I know what to expect. So it does make it a little bit easier going in. It took some time for it to kind of dawn on me. After making the team, making the games, competing and stuff, it took like a year or two for me to really realize, like, bro, I did something. I was a part of something that comes around every 4 years. I put myself, not career wise, but just at that point in my career, like I put myself in the same arena as Serena or Michael Phelps, just for a set period of weeks, in the same city, competing for the same team, the U.S., the same nation. Like I put myself in that arena, man, and just for me, man, it was huge because you see it manifest. Like everybody dreams of, winning a Super Bowl or being a draft pick or being an Olympian. Like this is, especially in track and field, like it's one of the hardest things to do. The U.S. Olympic team for track and field is one of the hardest teams to make. It's not a selection process. I train, pretty much 6 days a week. I race, in various parts of the country or various parts of the world, all geared towards getting ready for the American Championships, to get ready for either the World Championships, the Olympics, or whatever it is that's coming up. So I break this down to people. They're like, all of this goes on. I'm like, yeah. So people really only care about track and field when the Olympics come around. So it's like, man, that's the biggest stage, and that's when you get to show like who you are. You get to show all the work that you put in, man. So to represent the country that, I was born and raised in, man, it meant everything to me because, like I said, for that time being, they actually cared about who I am. They don't care about who I am on a regular basis, because we were representing them. We had that flag on us. So if you got a medal, you wrapped around your body and did a victory lap with it. So to represent our country, man, to hold that flag, man, it meant everything to me. This year, training for indoors was going pretty good, but man, for whatever reason, like I couldn't put together, the series of races that I really wanted to. Like I was training real good, man, but just when it came to indoor racing, like I just couldn't figure it out. And I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of doubt crept in. I'm like, okay, man, like I went through all these surgeries, like I had all these complications, like, am I the same person? And so, outdoor comes, I end up hitting a big one, well, a good one. I won't call it a big one. I end up hitting a good one, and it just gave me everything. That feeling came rushing back. I'm like, okay, I knew I still had it. Like I knew it, but then I felt it. It was like, okay, like we still here. And so I ended up going back to the drawing boards, man, and trying to figure it out and just getting, trying to catch up mentally and physically. Because that's really what this game is about, man. You got to have it mentally and physically, because you can have it physically and not really believe in yourself and you don't get the performances that you want. And so it's a process, man. But right now, like at this moment, I have no doubts in myself. And I know that I'm going to go to the Olympic trials and put on a great performance or whatever. But I've always been a really good championship runner, really great championship runner. Like when the lights is on and it's do or die, I've always been able to summon, my best performances. And so for Tokyo, I want to win.